A new day for the Bahamas Electricity Corporation as a new partner is selected.
Police investigating a double murder that happened less than an hour apart. The details coming up in the Bahamas tonight.
And the world's fastest man is in town. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Change on the way for the country's power company. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson. A leader in energy technology has been selected to partner with and manage the Bahamas Electricity Corporation. This comes after a lengthy selection process and is expected to fulfill an election promise to address the high cost of electricity in the country. Clint Watson takes a look at the new company.
North Carolina-based company Power Secure International Incorporated has been selected by the government as a preferred bidder to manage the new BEC. The company will be responsible for both generation and transmission distribution for a period of 5 years. This appointment, we're told, is subject to the negotiation and finalization of the management contract, the major terms of which have been agreed. Now, ZNS News can confirm the decision was made earlier this week by Prime Minister Christie. However, the announcement was held until the government communicated its decision to the unions at BEC. That was done in meetings yesterday. The move to partner with Power Secure is expected to reduce the cost of energy, increase energy security, reliability, and increase competitiveness. The government is of the view that this solution will create a number of efficiencies and environmental responsibilities. Pointing to the company's capabilities and accomplishments, Deputy Prime Minister Davis says the company serves many of the large utilities in the United States and has expertise in generating solar power. Minister Davis says the government is satisfied that Power Secure has the technical and financial capacity required to manage the new BEC. He says they are satisfied that value will be extracted from the existing New Providence and Family Island generation, transmission and distribution assets, and that the company can provide the advanced asset management, efficiency retrofits, improved operating schemes, fuel selection and purchasing schemes that are required to set the new BEC on course to profitability. The Deputy Prime Minister notes they are pleased that the company has the ability to manage the building of new major generation in New Providence, as well as the ability to procure and or manage the building of renewable energy projects in New Providence and on the Family Islands. However, he says more importantly, they are satisfied that residents and commercial clients of the new BEC will have the customer experience that they deserve. Now, the Deputy Prime Minister made it clear that the government has never questioned the qualification and capability of BEC's management and staff. He says they are keenly aware of their material challenges and are confident that the Power Secure team, in consultation with experienced engineers at BEC, will collaborate effectively to plan, design, procure, and construct generation, transmission, distribution, substation projects, and utility communication projects for the new BEC. DPM Davis says with confidence they now look forward to the establishment of the new BEC under the supervision of Power Secure. He says, as promised, they are well on the way to delivering to constituents a 100% Bahamian-owned, world-class electrical utility offering its customers affordable and reliable power and a tremendously improved customer service. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Thanks so much, Clint. The country's homicide count climbs by 2 overnight. According to police, it's number 47 for the year. The first incident happened shortly after 9 p.m. on Thursday. A man was visiting relatives off Kemp Road when he was shot several times. He was taken to hospital where he died. Moments later, officers were called to a business establishment on Blue Hill Road South, where they found the owner lying on the ground. Police have identified him as 40-year-old Julian Taylor. We caught up with officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Roll, at the scene on Blue Hill Road.
Our preliminary investigation is we believe that this male, who's the proprietor of a barbershop, had just either closed or was going into the establishment when, according to information, 3 persons accosted him. one of whom, at least we believe, was armed with a handgun. And there is evidence of struggle, and during the process, this individual was shot, fatally injuring him during that ordeal.
While it is still unclear if both fatal shootings are related, Chief Superintendent Roll also made an appeal to the public for any information they may have to come forward to assist police with their investigations.
They saying at St. Margaret Road, while we were there, then this one here on East Street South, Blue Hill Road South, came in. So we just trying to get the pieces together. It does not appear from the surface that they are related though. We appeal to anyone who would have information on this latest homicide to reach out to us. And that's about as much as we know right now at this time.
The Australian native accused of killing her husband returned to Supreme Court today hoping she'd be released on bail. But as Fri reports, she did not get the results she was hoping for.
Explaining why he was not going to grant accused murderer Donna Vasili bail, Senior Justice Stephen Isaacs noted that the circumstances in the case suggest that the Australian native is the only likely suspect. The mother of two is accused of killing her husband, noted podiatrist Philip Vasili, at their Old Fort Bay home back on March 24th. He was found with stab wounds to the body. Justice Isaacs noted in his written ruling that Vasili admitted having a fight with her husband on the night he was killed, and even though she maintains her innocence, nothing has been put before the court that detaches her from the crime or creates some justification for anything she may have done. He also noted that Vasili had apparent injuries to her hands, which she claims are the result of laser treatment and not injuries at all. Meantime, he said a knife was found at the home with suspected bloodstains on the blade, and there did not appear to be any unauthorized entry to the home. Now, Vasili's attorney, Miri Desil, indicated earlier that she was prepared to submit to strict bail conditions, including 24-hour house arrest, surrender of her travel documents, and the cancellation of her passport by the Australian authorities until the proceedings are completed. However, Senior Justice Isaacs noted that the court has no direct communication with the Australian authorities, and even stringent conditions imposed by the court would not prevent a determined person from absconding. Regarding Ducille's suggestion that the evidence against Vasili is weak, the court noted that the voluntary bill of indictment has not yet been served. He also noted that Vasili's medical issues are not sufficient to release her on bail. Senior Justice Isaacs then refused to grant Vasili bail on the grounds that she is charged with a serious offense which carries a severe penalty, which he said are incentives for her to abscond and not show up for trial. He also noted that she will be tried within a reasonable time and the prosecution has sufficient grounds for the charge against her. As the judgment was read, Vasili and her relatives who were sitting in court appeared to be devastated. This means that Vasili will remain behind bars. She returns to court on May 20th for service of voluntary bill of indictment papers. Fri, ZNS Network News.
A new justice joining the ranks of the appellate court. Guyanese native Madame Stella Maureen Crane Scott was sworn in today as a new justice of appeal during a brief ceremony at Government House. Experienced jurist Petra Hannah Weeks was also sworn in today as an acting justice of the Supreme Court. Ms. Weeks is a partner at Graham Thompson & Co. The additional justices are expected to play a role in enhancing the administration of justice in the country. Well, throughout his life, Bahamian sailor Raleigh Gray brought immense pride and inspiration to the people of Exuma. Although he died in 2008, he still does. His legacy drew in scores at Emerald Bay Thursday as the Royal Bahamas Defense Force vessel that bears his name was commissioned. While HMBS Raleigh Gray will help the Bahamas in the fight against drug trafficking, human smuggling, illegal poaching, and more, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie highlighted opportunities that will come for the people of Exuma. Yesterday's commissioning ceremony will be aired tonight on the ZNS Network. Coming up here, why the IAAF president says it's Baha-mazing.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell & Leaded, designed for extra miles.